being present. Being present ties in with dropping your imagination and being out of your thoughts. The reason why it's important not to be in your imagination and thoughts is because that's all up here. When you're going through those things, you're not living in the world anymore. You're gone. You're on a trip inside of your own head. And in that world doesn't exist. That's somebody else's world. We think that because it's happening to us, that is us. But that's not us. Have you ever been driving or just sitting down, standing up, talking to somebody, and you're deep into thought, into imagination? You're almost dreaming while you're awake. Practicing presence. How exactly can one do that? It's noticing what you're doing. It's not having any thoughts while you're speaking to people. Not making up the story inside of your head. It's even not talking to yourself while you're doing things. Some people think, oh, that's critical thinking. I'm in my head, well, if I do this, and then I go here, and then I do this, and then I do that. That's not you. That's something else. It's pretty difficult to do. And there is a difference between what I've learned that it's pretty difficult. It's not too difficult, but it seems to be a confusing factor when you try to think about something called a practical thought, and then the thoughts that don't serve you, the thoughts that lead you into a different world, a world of not existing. A practical thought, from what I've learned, are things like, well, I've got to get up and go to work today. Well, it's time to eat. What am I going to eat? Something like, it's probably dangerous to go over there, right? The one example that I've heard from the teacher I've been learning from is, you don't go to the hood at night. That is a practical thought. I'm not going to go into that neighborhood right now. It's going to be dark and there's high crime in there. I can get robbed. That's a practical thought. I'm not going to stick my hand inside of the bear's mouth. It's going to bite it off. That sounds like a practical thought. Things like, oh, well, I wonder what I'm going to put on today. Maybe I'll wear the green shirt. Maybe the blue shirt. I wonder how it'd look like if I wore the green shirt with these pants. I think that's leaning into the other types of thinking. Or another example of that, say that you are hungry. Okay, I'm going to go eat. What do I want to eat? And he says, well, there's this place in San Clemente. Oh, that would be a nice place to go to. I can go walk on the beach and go into the pier. Then I can go and wait around and then maybe have lunch. That's going off into your imagination. But the practical thought is, I'm hungry. I need to go eat. And then think of something to eat and go. But once you start wandering off and going into those things, then you're not present anymore. Then you're in your imagination having a daydream. The way that I like to practice being present, number one, is not having any thoughts about what I'm doing. It's just kind of doing it. Like, I know I have to get up, I'm going to work out, start doing that. After I'm done working out, I'm hungry. I'm going to drive over somewhere to eat. I think of what I want to get. What am I going to eat today? A bagel sandwich sounds good. Okay, there's this shop. That's it. Start going. I need to go and shop for my daughter's science camp. So I need to go pick her up, go and do that. She needs outwear and hiking stuff. I know one place, Bass Pro Shop, go there. And then it's just like that. There's no drifting off into the imagination. There's no making up stories, making up plans. Oh, well, we'll go to Bass Pro Shop, and then after that, I'll take her here, and then we'll go here, and then we'll have this for lunch, and then we'll do this. No, that's going into the imagination. And then none of that happens, and you get depressed. Oh, she didn't want to do my plan, and I had all these things planned. That's your fault, first of all. You don't do that. It's difficult being able to tell apart a practical thought from those thoughts that lead into daydreams and imagination and being lost. Even right now, I'm trying my hardest not to think about what I'm saying. I'm just trying to say it as it comes to me. That's why I have little pauses. That's why I keep looking around, because I don't want to just, oh, well, I'm making a video. Oh, well, I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about this next. No. I'm having a conversation out loud. I'm not really thinking about it. I know I'm in the car. I know my hands are on the wheel. I know I'm driving by this city. I know there's green all around me. I know I'm passing a bridge. I know that I'm following lanes. There's not too much thinking. It's just kind of acting and going. If that makes sense. But being present is one of the great, that's why they call it a present, right? Because it's a gift. It's a gift to be here. It's a gift to be experiencing. To see the lights, the sun shining. You see the beams? To see things like this. The color on the trees, the other cars. You observe people and you see that they're not in the present moment. They're either talking to themselves, they're singing, or they're deep in conversation with each other, but they're not really talking to each other. They're kind of just listening and zoning out on each other. The one greatest thing that I've noticed, if I am zoned out in my thoughts a lot, the day just passes by. I wake up, I go through everything, and before I know it, it's already nighttime and it's time to go to sleep, and I hardly even know how I went through my day. But when I'm present, a minute could feel like hours. An hour could feel like a whole day. Like, it's only 2:41 right now. I've been up since 5 o'clock, and I feel like I've been through 2 days already. It's just, time seems to be irrelevant when you're present. It's almost like everything slows down, like you're synced up with what is rather than what isn't. Practice being present. It's another gift of having freedom. And it's a good tool to make time more worthwhile. That's all for now.